Okay. What up? It's the handsome devil as usual. It's your boy, that's Sean Riley here. And today, um, doing, well, doing another music review because y'all just love them so much. Sorry about that, guys, if I seem a bit tired. I knew I wanted to just do these series reviews before I go on to series reviews because these two albums I really looking forward to review. So here we go. A Tribe Called Quest, Low End Theory. What can I say about this album that hasn't been said already? This is one of the most important hip hop records of all times. It is, thankfully, I reviewed their last album, People's Instincts of Travel in the Past of Rhythm. If you want to go take a look at that review and see what I thought of those songs, you can go back. You'll be able to find it. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is, let's get to this stinking review. And also, hold on a second, just I think there's something in the camera there. Yep, my old hat. Forehead. Anyways, so the low end theory. What can I say about the album that hasn't been said? Of course, once again, like I said, in my previous review, at this point, Droby has ditched the group. So here, I remember watching an interview and listening to a compilation album of the songs, and QTip was pretty much talking about how their first album was a real hit, and they said that the stakes were high, and people were talking about sophomore jinx, and then Q-Tip was pretty much talking about how he don't believes in spooks and junk, and he's not a superstitious dude. And he says, "The heck, the that? I'm doing the low end theory." And well, here we are, the low end theory. Yeah, this is a really good album. This is just good. This is a big step up from the previous album, which wasn't really much of jazz. It's more or less somewhat funk, well, there is some jazz on two tracks. Those tracks being Mr. Muhammad and Youthful Expression. Those being my favorite tracks out of that album. But me personally, this is a step in the right direction, and this is usually one of the albums that most people talk about in terms of, well, hip hop albums. This set the sonic landscape for jazz rap albums. And usually at this time, once again, like I previously said, not that many producers would do this at this point. But enough about that, let's talk about the album itself. So, but before we go on, I gotta address something, and that being the album cover. Because I really gotta address it, because it's gonna come handy later. For those who don't know what it looks like, I have it right here. Sorry about the blur. I'm recording this in the afternoon. Remember this. Bake this image into your brain. It's pretty much, like right here, it's pretty much just a damn near naked woman with red, green, and black paint. It's a really interesting album cover, too. And it's somewhat of a play on words. Low end theory, the alright, immature humor aside, this album also does make some pretty good points. Like, and it all starts, hold on a second. And it all starts on the opening track, well, Excursions. And it has a really good instrumental. The instrumentals on this album, Ali Shahi Muhammad and Q-Tip does a great job in instrumentals. It goes boom, 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 boom. And it's a really good sample of the song Chant for Boo by I can't remember the group's name, but I know the song's called Chant for Boo. But it's a really good song. Well, the Chant for Boo. But this, and it really did sample here in a good jazzy sense. And the drums that go along with it, it's just really good. And Q-Tip's rapping over that is actually really ill. And he also makes some pretty good points about being honest and true to the next, and about the next generation going in cycles, like Michael Jackson and Bobby Brown. or in my case, it's Joey Badass and Nas. Like, he's pretty much ample like Nas. And those are both made on the Excursions intro. It's really good, and it's a great way to kick off your album. Push Along was a good intro, but this is much better, and probably one of my favorite intros of any album of all times. Yeah, but that's the one thing I have to bring up, the instrumentals. They're so melodic. They're so good. The low end. Just so deep. It's so not greedy, I would say. It's pretty calm, jazzy. That's the feel that's supposed to get here. And each one of these songs do have a different feel on here. And right after Excursions, which has more of a bassy vibe to it, like boom 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 yeah, and that's just a memorable song, and also the da na 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 da na da na da na 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 da na 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 na. Sorry about. I'm sorry, and it all just sort of jumps around into this good song, Clam Cake. Jump around, and I'm sorry. I'm turning Anthony Fantana right now. Alright, but next song here we got is right after this. I think everyone knows about this song. And thanks to one of my teachers actually told me about this song. Bugging Out. It's really good. The instrumental is also incredible. Mina the Mooch is the sample of it, I believe. And it's just so good. That double bass vibe to it is just so boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, this song is just funny. It's so animated. It's so just funny. It's mainly due to Fight Dog's verse, and Fight Dog does a lot more verses here this time. Because my last album, my complaint is that you're only hearing Q-Tip, 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 Q-Tip. You're hearing a little bit of Fight now. And in fact, Fight Dog actually does have a solo song, which I'll bring up later. But anyways, this is probably one of my favorite verses by Fight Dog, up there with Black Spasmodic, which I'll bring up in some of my other reviews. There are some good tracks, but Bugging Out is just the one standout track. It's just the beat's really good, and Fight Dog's verse, he pretty much talks on the fact of, well, the reasons people do bug out, which either A, for pure satisfaction, or I even looked up the meaning of bugging out. It means either being extremely angry or being happy about something. And you'll just be bugging out, and I do that a lot. This song really does relate to me. Mainly Five Dogs verse. And also, he talks about being a big soda drinker and calling himself, sorry about that, Dr. Pepper. Good for you, Fife. Good for you. And also, not having cavities. Yeah, I wish I was Fife at this point. Or he drinks a lot of soda and doesn't have any cavities. Yeah, that's lucky right there. And Q-Tip, he's alright. He's pretty good on this track, but Five Dog just beats him out here, in my opinion. But they both make a really good pair. They're probably one of my favorite hip-hop duos, because they both always be sure to end out by saying bugging out. And the chorus is pretty good as well, even though they're literally just saying bugging out, bugging out, bugging out, you bugging. It just makes you feel like that you are bugging out. In the music video, I wish there was a full music video of Fife and Q-Tip, because it's really funny too. I'll bring up the other half later. But anyways, and then sadly we get to, it's not a bad track, but it's still actually really good. And this song would be Rap Motor. It's, well, it's pretty much kind of how, talk about Q-Tip, how if you're promoting a show, you better not be sure he's a part of them. You better be questioning real good, and you better be performing the shows real good, or else he gonna be, he leaving, he leaving. But I felt this is lyrically, it's pretty okay, but it does get outclassed. That's the reason why. Yeah, it's still a good song, but it gets outclassed. And I also love the transition into the next songs, where at the end of it, Q-Tip going diggy dang, diggy dang, diggy dang, diggy dang, diggy diggy dang, diggy dang, diggy dang, diggy dang, diggy diggy, boom. And then it transfers over to one of my favorite songs off this album, Butter, which is a Five Dog solo track. It shines. It's pretty much. Remember how I said I don't like love songs? Well, my problem is that they're so sappy and so repetitive and so samey. Here, Butter isn't really much of a love song. It's more or less just Five Dogs bragging about how he gets girls until this one girl, Flo, kind of plays with his mind, kind of just plays him, and it's pretty much his ego getting crushed and pretty much going off on other girls. And one of the lines would later be used in the song Ego on their new album. But why do I keep bringing up their new album? But anyways, this is a memorable song. The beat is incredible, which samples. It still has that jazzy zone to it, but it does have a bit of a high school feel to it. Like it fits this environment somewhat that Five Dog trying to present. It also seems that Five Dog presenting himself as a better version of what he is in real life. I don't know, but the beat's really good. Um, it samples, well, Young and Fine by Weather Report, and of course, Saxy. That part really gets me. That stop, but it's just a really good song. And then we get into a Q-Tip solo, which is pretty much, I think Q-Tip just pretty much just gave it away. Verses from the Abstract. That's a really interesting song. The beat is really starry and just so starry and up there, like da 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 da. And even the double bass by Ron Carter is really good. Though Q-Tip is even must message, his flow in here is really good and it's really slow and it complements the beat here. And also, I also love how it's kind of funny. It does kind of crack me up. Him talking about a girl he's rocking with, his mom's being a Quaker, her being an evil money taker. And also, yeah, some of the lyrics are kind of suggestive. Like talking about girls love the gym because it's a crazy fiction. Because when he goes up, he sorry, but this track is really good, and it's really good. But thankfully, Q-Tip doesn't overstay his welcome. Thank God. Because if I hear too much Q-Tip, I'm going to go out of my head. But anyways, enough about Q-Tip, enough about that track. Let's talk about the next track, Show Business. This is an underrated song. This is a very interesting song, too. I think, as the title suggests, it pretty much talks about the rap business, with Brand Nubian being a part of it. Yeah, I think we already know who Brand Nubian is. From, I can't remember the names. Diamond D, Lord Jamar, and Sadat X. Sadat X. I remember my first time hearing Sadat X was with that one song with Biggie called Come On. Oh, God, stop it, Dashawn. Yeah, y'all know that song. Come on, motherfuckers, come on. Come on, mother. Stop. I'm getting way off track. But Showbiz is an interesting song, and it does make some good points about the rap industry that are still that hold some truth to this day. Because there are plenty of rappers that cannot rap. There are plenty of things that go on in the show business where they pretty much flip you to birdie, pretty much say, F you, we're pretty much gonna screw you over any chance we get. And I'm pretty nervous about getting in a rap game. But, and this is the funny part. This song, and I know Anthony Fantano already brought it up, but I might as well spread the word. The funny part that this song was not originally what it was supposed to be. I think we already know what I'm about to talk about. Y'all know the song Georgie Porgy. Yeah, you can find it on the internet. It's very easy. I would not want to link it because it's a pretty good song, but the problem is it got rejected because it is so homophobic. And I think we already know about homophobic being, well, talking about, well, Georgie being, well, gay. And that's pretty much talking about, I mean, it's pretty much, I swear, this is like Riley from the Boondocks if he did a song with a Tribal Quest and say, "Gay." Fast Class from Gay should be. The song is homophobic, and sadly, it did not make it on the album. Thank God for it, but the Tribe, once again, they're not afraid to stir up some controversy, like their last song from the previous album, Pubic Enemy, and they're gonna be touching on controversy already. But first, we gotta talk about another song of mine that's really underrated. And that's da 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 boom 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 vibes and stuff. I love that song. The beat is so jazzy, it's so calm and out there, and it has some vibes because it has some nice vibraphones, hence the title of the song. Anyways, yeah, vibes and stuff was sampled here on the ground, down here on the ground. Yeah, that's the name of the song, Down Here on the Ground. And here's the funny part. I know this has nothing to do with this album, but you ever know about Cypress Hill? Cause you ever heard? Because there is a song that cause I think their album came out a few months after or before the Low End Theory, and one of the songs, "Stone Is the Way of the Walk," pretty much sampled the same exact song from Vibes and stuff, and as a result, it sounds exactly the same. It's a shameless ripoff. It has the vibe and it go boom, boom. And Be Real does good song on that, good job on that track. But I'll talk about Cypress Hill some other day. But anyways, Vibes and stuff is better because it still has that jazzy approach and it works with the Tribe, not really with Cypress Hill. But anyways, once again, here goes the Tribe trying to get controversial like freaking Eminem. Okay, not Eminem or DMX, but it's still controversial. And this song being the infamous Date Rape. Just rolls off the tongue. I don't even need to say anything because it's pretty much kind of them talking about date rape. It's pretty much them going on the experiences. QTip talk about how he got lit on by a woman about when it's time to be engaging in intercourse, and she kind of just says no. And Q-Tip decided not to go against her wishes because that would be leading on to a bunch of extra BS. And Five Dog getting a freaking false rape accusation after 2 rounds of consensual sex. Like, what? That part, this song always confused me because that part just, what? That, okay, I'm 15, I know, but it's still kind of stupid. It's a really good song. The beats are really dark and gritty, and it does fit that atmosphere. And of course, we gotta get to their singles. Yay! Thankfully, their singles are much better from their last album. And the first single we got here is Check the Rhyme. Yeah, Check the Rhyme. It's a pretty good song, and it contains samples from Minnie Riperton, The Average White Band, and of course Bismarck. You gotta take some time to listen to gotta listen to the boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. It nobody beats the biz, nobody beats the biz, nobody beats the biz, nobody beats the biz, nobody beats the biz. I love that song. Do 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 do. No, I'll be able to stop now. But anyways, Check the Rhyme is a really good song lyrically and instrumentally. Though it does contain a few weird lyrics, it's still a classic song. Though it's not my favorite Tribe Called Quest song. It's not their best in my opinion, and it's not the best out of this album. Though some people seem to claim it is. And then we gotta move on to their next song, which is Everything is Fair When Living in the City. Everything is fair in the war. Uh, why? Just why? Anyways, Everything is Fair is pretty much contains samples of Funkadelic. The Funkadelic sample is really good, and Q-Tip's rapping is actually pretty good. And the beat in question is actually really good, though it's not talking about much. It's pretty much talking about a woman living in a city somewhere, because I can't talk much on the song, because the subject matter is a bit scarce. It's still a really good song, though not a high point in my opinion. And of course, we got my favorite song out of this album. It's so melodic and juicy. We got the jazz, 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 we got the jazz. Yeah, we got the jazz we've got is pretty much the Tribe Called Quest mission statement, the jazz rap mission statement that pretty much talks about, well, the beauties of jazz, somewhat. And QTip does a better job here. And Five's verse is pretty interesting as well. The remix, oh, I'll talk on the remix later. But for now, the sample's really good as well. Dun, 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 dun. No. And then, of course, we gotta go to... Sorry. And we gotta go to Sky Pager. Yay! Sky Pager. It's not a bad song, okay? The beat's really interesting, especially that flute sample go do 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 do. And the beat is not really interesting, and the subject matter is pretty, well, it doesn't relate to me because it's pretty much Q-Tip and Five pretty much giving an ode to outdated technology while being a pager, because I actually saw someone with a freaking pager. And also one episode of the Boondocks where, and then thankfully this song somewhat transitions to one of my, also an interesting song. It's also really good. It inspired me to write another song under this name. That would be What. I remember playing this beat in one of my classrooms, and people thought, oh, that's on the beat weak. I like the song. The beat's interesting, and and pretty much, as the title suggests, Q-Tip pretty much asking a series of questions. Well, all starting with what? And some of the questions are rhetorical, some of them have answers, some of them are funny, and it's one of my favorite hip-hop verses, in my opinion. Well, not really. It's a really good hip-hop verse. It really is good. And it's very funny, and it's really fun. The song does get you thinking, because a lot of these questions do get me thinking, like, sure, some of them are a bit stupid and silly, but it makes me laugh. And of course, we gotta get to the, well, I don't even need to say anything. It's the closing track, Scenario. What more do I need to say? It's a classic. And hold on a minute. Scenario is pretty much a classic song with, well, the lead is a new school. And of course, I can't talk about the song without bringing up yaw 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 yaw. When I step up in the place, I step in crack. Wah! Got you all in check. I had to bring that up. I'm sorry, guys, but Busta Rhymes, my boy Busta Rhymes is in the building, and this verse is pretty much what helped him. This verse is what helped him have a career. For those who like Busta Rhymes songs, but honestly, listen to the verse. It's a really good verse, and it's very funny too. Everyone else does a good job. Five Thought does a great job starting off the verse, and everyone else just pretty much kind of adds a lot to it. And Q-Tip does an alright job, but Busta Rhymes take the show. It's just, he gets all crazy and be energetic and crap. It's just so... Yeah, it's pretty much just so funny, so crazy. I don't know, okay? So, yeah, it's just so hilarious that you cannot help but sing along to it. So overall, this album is just incredible, start to finish. This album is just great, start to finish, from Excursions to Scenario. Though it's more of a hardcore hip hop track, it does get away from the jazziness. I don't care. It's still an amazing track, and Busta Rhymes just take the show. So overall, this album gets a certified 10 out of 10. It's perfect. It's great. The instrumentals are good. The messages in the song are good, such as if be true to yourself, and just overall wacky, funny, and just thoughtful and just smart approach to hip hop. And it's so calm that I listen to instrumentals when I'm in school, when I wasn't, just to kind of get by in the day. Y'all, 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 y'all. So, anyways, thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed this review, I gotta bring up one thing that I also rap on the occasion. I actually did a song over vibes and stuff. It's one of my favorite songs on this album, but I had to write a song over this, okay? So, I'll link it below. You guys could go check out the song. I like it. I did a pretty good job on it. I liked it. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed my this is Dashawn Wiley, not the Bible. This is Dashawn, not the Bible character. Have a freaking fantastic day. And yeah, sorry for the darkness, cause I'm pretty